Welcome to the Open Heritage Training. This session will focus on cultural heritage. Um, our training is part of the Open Heritage Project, which is funded by the European Union's Horizon 2020 funding scheme. And we're looking at different elements of adaptive heritage reuse. And more specifically heritage today. So what we actually understand about heritage, and it's important to note here that the Open Heritage Project looks at heritage in the kind of broader sense. So heritage sites are not only listed assets or listed buildings, but more kind of spaces that have symbolic or practical significance for communities. So a heritage building could be, a building that holds some symbolic value or some value for local communities. And abandoned and underused sites, because that's what we're mainly focusing on, pose a significant challenge for public and private actors, but they also represent a major opportunities to be kind of reimagined and readopted for some different use. And we basically focus on observatory case studies, which were drafted throughout the Open Heritage Project, and we try to kind of highlight the heritage aspect of some of these projects. So focusing on the buildings, the surroundings, and the work that actually went into some of these projects. And here is an example of the London CLT, which is a community land trust, which just to give you a very brief overview, was the very first community land trust in England, and it consists of an old hospital, St. Clement building, which was built in 1848. And today it provides affordable housing in one of the more central districts of East London. And it helps countering displacement and unaffordable housing, which is a kind of a significant issue in many European capitals, but in particular in London as well. And the reconstruction or repurposing of the CLT started in 2014, and the first residents moved in 2017. And it's, I mean, a question that always arises with the heritage repurposing projects is how much you kind of touch the original, how much you reimagine the original structure. Of course, because these are heritage sites, the intent is to keep some of the or most of the existing architecture and infrastructure, and only repurpose it in a way that fits the communities and the use more. So a challenge might be which buildings to keep or which ones to demolish, and what where to place the new buildings or new additions to the heritage site. And now I would go just slightly more into detail with the London CLT, because we did kind of a more detailed analysis of this case study, and it might be useful to understand a bit more about this project, and also about the history of the building and its significance. So this St. Clement's building was built, as I said, in 1848, and it was initially built as a workhouse, so where poor people were sent to work. and from 1909 it became a hospital, and later on a kind of a mental ward. And part of it was destroyed during the Second World War, and it became, as I said, a psychiatric hospital that was operating between, well, from so after the Second World War up until 2005, and it then became abandoned. And the initiative that kind of started the London CLT was basically started by an organization called Citizens UK, and it was part of the preparations for the 2012 London Olympics, where this part of the city, so kind of East London, was kind of reconstructed in a large way to house the Olympics. And it was part of this this repurposing or redevelopment of this area that Citizens UK did a kind of a deal to help out the mayor of London in their Olympic bid, but in exchange they asked for this community land trust to be established, and they were given this building complex, or they were, you know, they were able to kind of to apply to take over the community land trust. And there was this public bidding that took place in 2010 on the building complex, and this Shuffle, the organization that's behind the London CLT, became the owner and the one overseeing the project from then onwards. And in 2013, as a kind of as a test or a pilot activity, they started a series of festivals and kind of art events in the building, just to kind of re-enter the building into the lives of the local communities, to kind of give the space back, or kind of give the space over to people, and make them kind of make them used to using some of those spaces. And then in 2014, finally, the reconstruction of the whole area, which is it covers a rather significant area, started, and it finished around 2017 or 18. Thank you for listening to this session of the Open Heritage training on heritage. If you enjoyed the session and found it useful, please visit and see some of our other training modules on other aspects of adaptive heritage reuse.